All right. So, as you all know, we're in a very boring time of the year when it comes to NBA and NCAA basketball. If you're looking for more entertainment, I could consider the WNBA. Watch the New York Liberty. They are off the chain. They are very, very good. But I know a lot of you are stubborn and have personal biases against the WNBA. So, I'm starting another, what's it called? I'm starting another series where I'm just going to predict the awards for the NBA season, the upcoming one, which is 2023-2024. The first award I'll be talking about is MVP because I'm pretty sure that's the one you all care about the most. And then next, Rookie of the Year, and then so forth. And we'll finish with, I don't even know. But I want to not talk about Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis, even though one of them is my prediction to win. Now, I know the title said controversial MVP predictions, and the reason I said controversial is because I'm not going to talk about those three. Now, I know those three are probably the favorites to win it. They're going to be the favorites to win it as long as they're in their prime. That's just how good they are. But I want to talk about 5 players that are my sleeper picks, because we have to keep in mind the 65 games. Now, I don't know if y'all have realized this, but the average NBA team plays 3.5 games a week. And let's say your favorite player let's say Embiid gets hurt for a month. So he misses 4 weeks. 4 times 3.5 is 14. 82 minus 65 equals 17. So those are only 3 games that Embiid can miss after that month-long injury. Just think about that. And you're telling me Embiid's not going to miss 3 games for load management reasons, back-to-backs. So there's a lot of players that you can take right out of contention for the MVP award and All-NBA honors. So I want to talk about 5 guys that I think can win it if they play the 65 games. Because who knows? Jokic could be out for a month. Giannis could be out for a month, and Embiid could be out for a month. So I'm not going to focus on those 3, even though one of them is my prediction. And I want to start this video of talking about the guy who's probably been talked about the most. No, it's not Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's an honorable mention because I think everyone has mentioned him for MVP. It's a guy I think is going to take an SGA level leap next year, and it's Anthony Edwards. I think Anthony Edwards could very well average 30-something points a game next year. Put Minnesota on his back, even though I think Minnesota's going to miss the playoffs and play-in completely because the West is very good. I think Anthony Edwards is a guy we have to look at, because Anthony Edwards has shown us that he can play through injuries. He's going to play through injuries. He's got what Kobe and Mike had. They didn't want to sit out ever. And that's exactly what we're dealing with Anthony Edwards. Now, he's nowhere near either of their levels right now. Could he be? Maybe, yes. I don't know. Well, only time will tell. But I will tell you, he will play 65 games unless he has a significant injury that will keep him sidelined. That is why I think he is a very good contender for the MVP award. Now, do I think he'll win it? Absolutely not. I wouldn't bet my money on it, but it's a possibility. Anthony Edwards is very, very good. Very, very electric, and he's a fan favorite. I don't think I've had one person tell me they don't like Anthony Edwards. You love him on the court, you love him off the court. There's just nothing wrong with Anthony Edwards. He's a funny guy. Maybe the person he hit with a chair doesn't like him, but I don't know who he hit with the chair, so they haven't told me that. But anyways, Anthony Edwards, the first guy I want to talk about. The next guy is Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is the most vital part of the Lakers team. That was not a shot at LeBron by any stretch of the imagination. It was just me saying that LeBron can play very, very good in a game, and if AD doesn't show up, Lakers are screwed. And I think the Lakers are going to be very good next year, and I say that knowing they're my least favorite team in the NBA. And it's not because of LeBron, it's just because I don't like the Lakers. Just not a Lakers guy. If I were to grow up in California, I'd probably be an Angels and Clippers fan. That's just who I am. It's nothing against the Lakers. I'm just that type of person. So I say this as a not Lakers guy at all. I think the Lakers are going to be very good next year. And I think Anthony Davis is very overhated and over-criticized when it comes to being out for injuries. I do think he'll play 65 games next year. Now, am I going to guarantee it? Absolutely not. But you have to look at how impactful the Lakers media is. And if the Lakers play very well and AD plays 65 games next year and he's very good for the Lakers, like double-double a night, averaging 27 points, in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year, and he's just having a very good season overall, you really can't tell me he won't be in the MVP conversation. So that's why he's one of the guys I wanted to talk about. And since I just talked about the Lakers, who are one of my least favorite teams in the NBA, I talked about one of my least favorite players, and that's Luka Doncic. Luka. Luka irritates me because he doesn't play defense. But he is very, very good offensively to a point where it makes up for it. Trae Young and Kyrie Irving are two players that they're very good offensively, but it doesn't make up for how bad they are on the defensive end sometimes. Actually, let me rephrase that. I'm not going to slander Kyrie at all since I love Kyrie. Keep doing what you do, brother. Love you. You're overhated. Everyone stop hating Kyrie. So Trae Young, his offensive skill set doesn't make up for his defensive skill set. But Luka Doncic, it makes up for it. And that's why he's perceived as such a good player. And offensively, he's great. And the Mavericks team offensively is pitiful outside of two players, basically. Well, shout out Jaden Hardy. He's going to be talked about in the 6th Man of the Year video. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss that when it comes out. But I say that Jaden Hardy, we'll focus on Kyrie and Luka. Those are the only two players that can create for themselves that are probably going to be in the starting lineup and probably going to be key rotational pieces. And if one of them misses a game, especially Luka, let's say Luka misses 10 games, Mavericks are probably not going to win those 10 games unless Kyrie goes crazy. There's just not enough there outside of him and Kyrie. Now, I would trust the team to win a fair amount of games if Kyrie's not playing and it's just Luka in that team. Because again, Luka's shown us he can carry teams offensively. So I say this as a Luka hater. If the Mavericks finish top 3 in the Western Conference next year, I think Luka might have my vote for MVP. Now, do I think the Mavericks are going to finish top 3? I don't know. But I just wanted to say that about Luka, since I know a lot of people are predicting him to win MVP, and I see a world, but I don't think he deserves it unless he's top 3. And for the next player I'm going to talk about, it's kind of two, and it's just whoever's the best player on the Suns that plays 65 games, because if the Suns are the 1 seed, it comes down to 2 guys, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant might not play 65 games next year. I don't think he will play 65 games next year, so I don't even know why I'm mentioning him. But he's better than Devin Booker, so everybody who's saying that Devin Booker is better than Kevin Durant right now, you're tripping and you're very delusional. It's not a discussion. Kevin Durant's better than Booker right now. So if the Suns have a season where they're undoubtedly the best team in the regular season, they're the 1 seed, Kevin Durant is going to get MVP votes, but the 65 games holds him back from that. And then people might turn it to Devin Booker. And I don't think Devin Booker will win the award. Now, they didn't give Devin Booker the award when they were the 1 seed 2 years ago, so I doubt they'd give it to him this year for all years. But I did want to mention it because I do think the Suns might shock some people. And Devin Booker will get the votes that Kevin Durant deserves if Kevin Durant doesn't play 65 games. But realistically, I'm more so talking about Kevin Durant right now because I think Kevin Durant's top 5 player in the league. He just wasn't in the mojo of the Suns team. So I just wanted to talk about those 2 players. Now, I don't think either of them is going to win MVP, but my real prediction for MVP is between 4 players. Those 4 players might be very obvious. Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Steph Curry. I'm going to take 2 of them out the equation for my prediction because I don't think they're going to play 65 games. Steph Curry and Joel Embiid. Sorry, but 65 games got you there. So I look at the two best players in the NBA, in my opinion, Giannis and Jokic. Y'all know I think Giannis is the best player in the NBA. But Jokic, I can almost guarantee will play 65 games. But it's the same as Anthony Edwards. They get a freak injury, they're not playing it, and that's why the predictions is so hard. These predictions is more. This video is more so to talk about my contenders for MVP more than it is to talk about who I actually think is going to win it. But who I actually think is going to win it really just boils down to the fact that addiction is really bad for people, or it can be very good. For Giannis, he's addicted to revenge right now. And I don't think there's someone that can stop him. When I look at Giannis going into next year, I'm looking at like a 34, 35 point per game mark in the regular season, about 13, 14 rebounds a game, and probably 7 or 8 assists. Like, I don't think Giannis is playing around. I think he's here to make a statement this year, especially in the regular season, and I think he's going to win MVP next year. But that's going to wrap it up for my MVP prediction video. I don't hope it wasn't too controversial, or I hope it was. I don't know. But let me know who you think your MVP is going to be, given the 65 game mark and all the other factors. Make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications, because I will be dropping the Rookie of the Year video next. And guess what? Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren, neither of them's going to win it. I'll tell you that right now. And if you want to know why, go watch that video. It's going to be in a different format, but you'll find out when you watch it. But until next time, I'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye.